Welcome. Today we're talking with Miss Cat, I should say Mrs. Kathy Collins from Estate Jewelry and More, and we're going to talk about what drives their passion and their tips for diving in today's market. Let's dive in. Hey, Kathy, how you doing today?
I am well, and yourself?
I am doing awesome. I love getting to talk to you guys. All right. So first of all, we talked, Marty and I, the other day, and he had some great input. I'm kind of looking for it though, for from a woman's perspective.
Well, that
And
may get you in trouble.
am I already in trouble?
It might be, you might be, yeah.
I am already politically incorrect or societally incorrect. Oh my God. So anyway, Kathy, you've seen countless people walk through the door. From your perspective, what's the first thing you tell someone who's never sold gold before?
Well, I try to make them feel as comfortable as they can. I try to educate them, make them
Mhm.
feel comfortable, and let them know how and what we look for, and try to explain the reason why. And most of all, just to get their confidence in us so they can feel like they can trust us and move forward.
Awesome. Awesome. And let me ask you, do people often come in unsure of the value of what do they have? I mean, how do
Yeah.
you say you make them feel comfortable? How do you help them feel comfortable?
Well, by explaining things to them. Most of the time, people really don't know what they have when they come in. So help them and tell them how we determine, the value of their pieces that they have. And just so they understand the process, walk them through the process, what we're doing and how we do it and why we do it. And then we just go from there.
Awesome. All right. Well, let me ask you, what do you think is the one thing that most people misunderstand about selling the state jewelry or gold?
Okay, well, there's a lot of things that people misunderstand, but I think the biggest thing is a lot of times, well, not all the time, but sometimes they come in with an insurance appraisal. And what some of them don't realize is that insurance appraisals are extremely inflated, and that the truth is they're not accurate. So sometimes it's real disappointing to the customer when they think, oh, I thought we were going to make a small fortune here, and they find out they don't have a small fortune, but they have something nice. It's just not going to bring what they think.
Wow,
Yeah. So
interesting.
that's probably, you know, the biggest misunderstanding is some people think they have what they don't have. So I can
Mm,
understand. I can understand their disappointment.
yeah, oh, I'm sure. I know I would be. My God, I'm all psyched. I
Yeah.
got this.
Right. And we have people who find things like, oh,
20% of
I found this and I found this on the side of the road and it looks like a diamond. You're like, I'm sorry,. It's not.
uh,
But there's disappointments and everything, but we try to make light of it and make everybody happy.
you know, that brings up a good point. What should someone know about selling inherited gold or estate pieces in Ocala? What should they know? I don't know.
Oh gosh. Well, and
So,
selling,
well, maybe, you pointed out, I don't mean to interrupt you. My apologies. I'm a terrible host here. I guess you kind of touched on it briefly when you said that, that the insurance appraisals are often inflated. Um, so with that in mind, what should or what can somebody expect? So you say it's inflated. Is it inflated by 10%? Do you find that it's inflated more than that? What's realistic for us to expect?
oh gosh. Well, you know, um, there's insurance appraisals and there's all other types of appraisals. There's retail appraisals, there's wholesale appraisals, there's different types. So, um, of course, the insurance will be extremely inflated. A retail would be more actual what you could get if you were to go to Zales or someplace like that and buy it. And then there's businesses like ours. And the truth is, when a customer comes in to buy those pieces, they're not wanting to pay any more than 50% of what the retail value is if they were to go into Zales or something like that. So then to the seller, that even cuts it down a little bit more because we have to make money. So, that's,
Mhm.
we are not retail. We can beat retail prices, which is what we want to do. So,
Mhm.
just
I
if
see.
that explains it well enough, if that answers that
Well,
question.
I think so. It definitely was enlightening. And what's been probably the most rewarding for you in your journey?
Hmm. I like it when when people are selling their gold, when you realize what you've done for them has really helped them through a difficult situation, financial
Mm,
situation. Um, a lot of times we have to just, the person who comes in selling the gold has a hard time. It was their moms, it was their dads, and stuff like that. So you have to be really sensitive to those things too. And
mhm.
I don't know. I just try to comfort those people and try them if they're not ready to sell, don't sell yet. Wait, because you can't put a price on sentimental value. You just can't do that. So,
Right. Right.
um, I guess the most rewarding is when you know you have made someone happy and they walk out the door happy, whatever that is.
Like putting that smile on their face, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You feel like
awesome.
I've done my job for the day. I made someone happy. So,
Awesome. Awesome. It's funny. You kind of answered a couple of my questions in that one question. What do you love most about your work? And the one piece of advice given someone considering selling gold or jewelry is, to give it that sentimental time if it needs. Um, well, one last question, I guess, and then I'm going to ask you some more unique. But what's a common misconception people have about your industry?
I have to think about that one a little bit. You kind of stumped me there.
Um, any myths or falsehoods kind of. Well, as an estate jewelry store, I was interested in what the difference between what you do and I guess a regular jewelry store. So why don't we go down that path? What encompasses an estate jewelry store?
Well, we have one of a kind pieces. A lot of stuff that we buy, you can't go and buy anymore at the news stores that sell new product. And they're vintage, they're antique, they have history. Sometimes we know the history. I like to find out as much as I can about the piece that I buy because that's history. It also helps even when someone is looking for a certain piece. If you can add a little extra touch, like, well, somebody had this, it was their first, you know, um, piece of jewelry from their husband, or, just
Mhm.
anything, you know.
Certainly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Puts a story to the piece.
Right,
I
right.
see. I see. I see. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us?
About the store.
Maybe about the store or about customers. Maybe I don't know about you. They help shape the way you run the store or connect with people. Anything
Oh
if you don't
gosh.
have anything now, that's great.
Well, I don't have a whole lot because you kind of caught me off guard, but I just want people to know that they can trust us, how important their business is to us, and they can find us on the web, on our website, and our hours are always on the door. And just feel free to come and talk if it's just a talk or pick our brain about something. We're open to that. So we just want them to come in, chat, and get to know us.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Kathy, it's been a pleasure. I learned a lot today, more than I expected to learn. That was great. That was great. Thank you
Well,
for your time, and you have an amazing day.
and thank you for having me, Jack.
All right.